welcome back to my channel. So in this video I just want to do a little chit chat. I was going to do a come go thrift shopping with me today, but I decided against it. I just wanted to sit here and just have a conversation. So I wanted to talk about 5 things I would have changed when I was younger of the things that I know now. So the reason why I bringing up this topic because I'm about to turn 40. So when you hit these milestones like 21, 25, 30, 40, 50 and so forth, you often think back like, this situation, what would I have done differently that could affect my future right today? Okay, so I'm just going to jump into it. Now mind you, I did not write this down. I've just been thinking about this and I'm just going to freestyle whatever comes to my head. So let's go. The first one is, I would not have let someone crush my dreams of the career that I wanted. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a teacher. So when I was little, I would get like chalk and I would pretend that I had a class and I would use my friends as my students and they would call on me, well I would call on them when I had a question for them and I would draw on the chalk on the wall. Now mind you, I would always get in trouble because you're not supposed to be drawing on the walls at home. But I was a teacher, that's what I wanted to do. So all the way up to college, I had a plan of being a teacher. I was going to be a high school teacher for a couple of years, and I was going to get my master's, and I was going to get my doctorate, and then I was going to teach at a university, get a tenure, and then retire. That was my whole teacher career plan. So when I started college, I believe it was my first or second year of college, and I got an internship at this elementary school as a TA. So, TAs, they do anything that a teacher needs assistance with, like copying papers, grading papers, passing out things, or putting booklets together. Anything they need, I was there to help them. I would work for a couple of teachers, not just one. So one day, I was making copies, and this teacher came in. Now, I had a lot of copies to make, and I was already there. And so this teacher came in, and she was like, I need to make a copy. I was like, okay, but it's already copying, so I can't stop it. And it was like, and I don't remember verbatim, but basically she wanted me to stop my print so she can copy her papers. And I'm like, no, I need to make these prints. And so she just, oh my gosh, she gave the worst, stankiest attitude, and the way that she looked at me like I was beneath her, like I was, I don't know, like I was scum. It just made me feel terrible about myself, the way that she treated me. So then she went to the principal and reported me. And then I lost my internship. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I even tried to plead my case, but nobody wanted to listen to me. Of course they're not going to listen to me. They're going to listen to her over me, which is so messed up. And I just went and I saw my husband. He was my fiance at the time. And I just cried and I cried, and then I just felt my teacher spirit just crush, and I didn't come back from that. I will always remember that, and that was so many years ago, and that was just one of those pivotal moments. What I wish would have happened is that, I cried, I don't let it crush me, and I would have found another internship and found my passion again back into teaching. But on the positive side, I have 2 children. So even though I didn't become a teacher, I somewhat am a teacher to them because my husband and I, we like to do home studies with them. So they go to regular school, but we also do home studies with them ever since they were babies. Ever since they were babies, they will learn how to read, write their name, anything that we can teach them, the colors, their shapes. We would teach them all of that before they go to school. And now that they're in school, we teach them things that they're going to learn like a grade or 2 ahead. That way when they get in school and they're actually learning these materials, it's not so difficult for them because they already know it. So I still have that teacher spirit in me because every day once a week, I have a curriculum that I gather together for the students. I have my children, not the students. I have the study books, and I have different things that I go over in my head that I know they have to go over, and if they mess up on something or have questions about something, I make a mental note that we need to go deeper in depth on this like the next week. And I also grade it, so I give them like A's, B's, or C's, and I tell them what they need to work on, and I help them what they need to work on, just everything a teacher would do. So that satisfied my teacher passion in that way. Now, would I go to school and become a teacher, like a full-fledged teacher? I would say no, because I feel like I'm still fulfilling some of my dream just teaching them, even though I'm not getting paid for it, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, so number 2. Back then, I wish someone would have told me, like, when I was in college, that I can pay interest on my student loans as I'm getting it. So my principal wouldn't increase so much by the time I finish. So because I had a job back then, of course, but if I could just put like whatever amount interest I've been charged every month back into that loan, that would have been amazing, because my principal wouldn't have been so high afterwards, and I still wouldn't have to pay it off, which I still do. So yeah, so tip, if you're going to college, pay on your interest. If you have a student loan, pay on your interest while you're in school. Trust me, you would be happy you did it. You won't have so much to pay, because that's interest. They accrue so fast, and when you pay them off when you finish college, probably like 60 to 70% of the amount that you're paying goes towards your interest, not your principal. And it's just frustrating just to see that, the split up and the makeup of it. So that's number 2. Number 3, I love to save. Now, I wish I could have had this mentality when I started working. I started working a full-time job when I was 15. I work at Sonic Drive-In, the best burgers and chili cheese dogs and ice cream and fries. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I can't eat that now, but back then I used to destroy it. But I wish ever since then until now, I saved some money from my paycheck every time, and I never touch it unless it's an emergency, and then I just replenish it. I would have so much money saved up right now. Like, I probably have my student loans paid off. We'll have a house by now that we can actually afford, because if you follow my channel, you would notice that I don't do home videos anymore, like house hunting videos, because the interest rate are so expensive. Like, it's so high, and the inventory is so low, so there's no houses out there. And even if we find a house that's within our price range, then our monthly payments will be an extra couple of thousand because of the interest. So we're still waiting. But anyway, yeah, so save your money. Just because you have it and you make a lot of money and you don't, and especially if you don't have a lot of responsibilities, you don't have to pay like the mortgage or the rent or utilities or any of that, save your money. Like, say you can spend some on yourself to say like, oh, I worked hard, I earned this, I want to buy it, I want to go to the mall, or I want to go online, or I want to go to this place. Sure, do that, but save your money. Like, over the years, it will build up, and especially if you put it in the bank and let it add interest to it, even better. But nobody told me that. I didn't learn that until I was an adult. Now I just love saving. Okay, so that was 3. Number 4. Number 4. Do not use hair glue in your hair. Hair glue. Now, some people know how to use hair glue and they do it the right way and it can come off the right way. But, you know, like, well, I don't know if people use hair glue anymore. Maybe for their wigs. But back in the day, look at me, like 2000s, early 2000s, when you would put extensions in your hair. I don't know if they still do it. I haven't heard of it. But they'll put extensions in the hair, and each track they'll put like this black goo or black, yeah, goo glue on the ends, and then they'll put it right at your scalp. So, and also with micro twists. So when Destiny's Child first came out and Beyonce had her micro braids in her hair, I had one of my friends do my hair, and she put the micro braids in my hair, and then she'll use the glue, the black glue, to seal it at the ends, because you only braid like a little bit like this, and then you let the rest of it fall. And so she'll put some of the glue there and then seal it so it doesn't unravel. And then for some reason, I don't remember, but oh yeah, she put some on my edges. So she put the braids on my edges too. And when that happened, when I took it down, it was a nightmare to take down. I lost so much of my hair. It was horrible. So she put it here, and then I had like thinning hair right here, like bald spot. Like it's grown back, but if you look, you can like tell the difference between this side and this side. If you look closer, I don't know. This side is thicker than this side, but yeah, never. I would just say, just leave the hair glue alone. You don't need it. If you want to put tracks in your hair, I recommend using a sew-in. It's better, and you don't have to worry about like sticky stuff and having to take that out. I don't remember, what did I use? I used conditioner, but it was such a nightmare. It was such a pain. Oh my gosh, it was so horrible. Okay, so that's 4. Number 5. I'm trying to see if it should be one of my pregnant ones, or you know what? I was gonna have number 5 be another hair. I should have known better, but I'm gonna let it be one of my pregnancy ones. So, today I try to be as healthy as I can. I exercise every day. I try to drink a lot of water. I try to eat proteins and fruits and healthy fats and healthy carbs and no starches, no breads. I just try to be healthy as much as I can, and no sugars. Like if I do have sugar, then there'll probably be like, I don't know, it has to be something once in a blue moon. Especially like if I'm on my menstrual, then I have cocoa almonds, because it's like wonderful for the cramps and stuff. But I try to be as healthy as I can, because I'm getting older and I need to take care of my body, not just for me, but also for my family. I want to be here for the long haul and with no diseases or illnesses. So that's my goal. Plus I just enjoy it. So when I was pregnant with my daughter, our daughter, in the beginning, I was like, I wonder what am I going to crave, because I'm not going to crave. I mean, you know what? I don't crave anything. I don't think there's anything that I want. But when all of a sudden I was eating chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream every day. Every day. Even when I ran out, I was like, we gotta go to the store and get more. And then I was eating Chips Ahoy, I was eating Oreos, I was eating multiple cereals. And my favorite in the beginning was egg sandwiches. So I'll make my egg sandwich, I'll make my eggs, and then I'll put some cheese on there, and then I'll put some hot sauce on there. I'll put on 2 buns, and that would just, and I'll put some salt on there, and that would just be heaven to me. Then I went to my doctor for a checkup, and I gained 20 pounds in 1 month. And my doctor was like, whoa, you need to slow down, because you're going to be over, like basically saying like I'm going to be overweight if I keep going this way, and it's not healthy for the baby either. That's all I need to hear. It's not going to be healthy for the baby. So I stopped eating all that, and it was another situation with my husband that made me want to go in the kitchen. I went in the kitchen and I just threw all our junk food out. Every junk food we had, I just threw it away. I was like, we don't need it. We need to change our life. We need to change the way we eat. This is not going to happen anymore. So then I started getting on the right path, and I started eating healthier, kept exercising, and things were good. So if I would change anything back then, I would, like with my son, I ate very healthy. Like, I exercised even more, and I didn't eat any junk food. Only thing I craved with my son was salt. So it's like the old wives' tale. You could tell you're having a girl because you crave sugar and sweets, and then your face break out. And if it's a boy, you crave salt. And it's true. It happened to me. So maybe, I don't know, they know something that you should just listen. But anyway, so yeah, I would start off having eating healthy and doing better by myself, because did you know that, like I know, that what you do while the baby's in the womb can affect them for the rest of their life? Like, how crazy and mind-blowing is that? Like, the things that you eat, the things that you do to your body affects them for their whole, like, that's crazy. So when I thought about that, I'm like, okay, I can't have anything like this negative happen to my child because it's my fault. So I just decided to do better. So that's what I would change. So I have so many more too, but I'm just gonna leave it at 5. But if you're still here, thank you guys so much for hearing my stories and hearing me ramble on. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And in your comments, tell me what 5 things you have learned that you wish you did differently when you were younger and you know better now. Let me know. I want to know. Let's have a conversation. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you next time, and I upload a video every Tuesday. Until next time, bye.